Point of view is implied by the framing of a shot. Framing controls what we see and how we see it. Ways in which framing affect how we see something include camera angle, composition, and camera movement. Framing is really a way of pointing, like saying, "Hey, look at that," or "Look at that in this way." One of the most significant things that framing does is that it implies a point of view, in other words, the viewpoint through which we view the action. There are three kinds of point of view: omniscient point of view, single character point of view, and group point of view. Omniscient point of view shows us what the omniscient camera sees. Typically, we think of omniscient point of view as being fairly neutral. However, the omniscient camera can film anything and it can go anywhere. Omniscient point of view does not necessarily mean objective. A really good example of this is Carl Dreyer's The Passion of Joan of Arc. Dreyer's film is based on the actual transcripts of Joan of Arc's trial in 1431. The set and costumes were meticulously created to give us the illusion of authenticity. The actors didn't even wear makeup. Despite fidelity to the time period, the omniscient point of view achieved through Dreyer's framing is anything but objective. The entire movie is shot in a series of subjective close-ups. The omniscient camera can go anywhere, but Dreyer places it to show us the beauty and sadness in Joan's face. While it is the point of view of an omniscient camera, we recognize it is also the subjective point of view of the director. We see what he wants us to see, how he wants us to see it. Single character point of view is when the camera shows us what a single character is seeing. We often get a shot of the character's eyes or the character gazing, cut to the object the character gazes upon, then back to the character's reaction. The single character needn't be human. Take a look at this film by Robert Bresson. The main character, Balthazar the donkey, is taken into the circus and shares a moment with the already captive animals. Because of the framing and the cutting, we see that Balthazar looks at the tiger, Balthazar's point of view. The tiger looks at Balthazar, the tiger's point of view, and so on. Not only does single character point of view work for animals and people, but for inanimate objects too. Look at this scene from Shadows of Forgotten Ancestors. Vanya is walking through the woods. He reaches in his bag to get some lunch for Alexa. So far, this is omniscient point of view. Now we cut to Alexa. Something is wrong. What is it? We don't know yet, but we expect the next cut will be the single character point of view of what Alexa sees. The next shot is single character point of view, but it is not Alexa's. It is the point of view of the falling tree that is about to squash him. Group point of view is like single character point of view, but the point of view is shared by many characters. This next scene, from Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, is interesting because we get the group point of view of two groups, a group of people and a group of birds. The first group whose point of view we see is the people in the diner. They've just witnessed a bird attack a gas station attendant, resulting in a gasoline leak. This is the group's point of view of the gasoline spreading. After cutting between the group and their point of view a few times, the framing changes to emphasize the main character, Melanie. Even though this scene makes use of group point of view, the framing remains mindful of the protagonist. The group, now led by the star of the film, observes the gas as it spreads to the feet of a man about to light a cigar. The group tries to warn the man, but too late. Through the point of view of the group in the diner, we have observed the action of this scene. We've witnessed the entire calamity, not through the omniscient eye of the camera, not from a single character's viewpoint, but from the point of view of a group of characters. Now we observe the point of view of the group responsible for this mayhem. Look at this shot. It is framed to give what appears to be an omniscient point of view. However, this shot becomes something else as the birds enter the frame. It is perhaps not the literal point of view of the birds, but this shot at least suggests the group point of view of the winged killers. And that's point of view. As you can see, it all depends on how you look at it.